guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the mid-year book tag. I think that's what it's called. I've seen so many people do this tag and I don't know who actually started it, but I'm using Katie's questions in her description box because she's the most recent one that I've seen do this tag. So there's 11 questions here, and then she had like 8 questions that she did herself, which I'm not going to answer them once we can do the first 11. Some of the books are repeat books because I couldn't decide on a different book. I've read, how many books have I read so far this year? I don't even know. So I've read 31 books so far this year. I'm almost done the one I'm currently reading, which means I'm on track for my Goodreads goal. My goal for this year is 70 books. So I'm on track, which is good. I'd like to be ahead, but I keep getting in little tiny reading slumps and it's not good. Okay, so the first question is best book you read so far this year. I actually don't have a 5-star yet this year, which is honestly really sad. I want a 5-star read so bad and I don't know what book's gonna give me that 5-star read. But it hasn't happened. I've gotten close. I've got 4.5 stars. 5 stars hasn't happened yet and it's very upsetting. Anyway, this book I read so far this year is Love Redesign by Lauren Asher. I was obsessed with this book. I gave it a 4.5. I did get in a slump halfway through reading this. But I don't think it was the book's fault, I think it was my fault. I just had a few days where I was reading so much and then I get in a little bit of a slump and I don't want to read for days. But just everything about this book was so good. Small town, enemies to lovers, the characters, everything was just so perfect. The second one actually comes out in a few days. I have it pre-ordered. When does it come out? I think the 18th. What day is today? Today's the 14th. So I'll be reading the book as soon as it comes out. I'm not going to tell you about all these books because honestly, I don't want to, and also I don't feel like I need to. I just need to tell you why I chose it for that question. Best sequel you've read so far in 2024. I kind of struggle with this one because I feel like everything I've read is either a standalone or I don't know. I haven't read that many sequels so far this year. The one I picked was A Happy Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. This one I read, I'm not sure actually when I read it, but I gave it a 4 stars. This is the one that comes after The Friend Zone. It's like an interconnected standalone series. This is like a One of Us famous trope. I don't usually like One of Us famous tropes. Like, it's not my favorite trope ever, but it's not like so in your face that he's famous. Like, you know he's famous and like it kind of shows his rise to fame, but it's not so in your face. That's why I enjoyed this one. And obviously Abby Jimenez is like one of my favorite authors and I was obsessed with this book. New release you haven't read yet but want to. For this one I have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, which I think I am going to read. I want to read it this month, but I go away next month and I'm kind of thinking, do I wait? I'm only going to wait for like 2 days. So I'm like, do I wait till then or do I just read it this month? It's on my TBR for this month. I know a lot of people say this is their favorite Abby Jimenez book and this one made them cry. So I'm very excited to read this one. I want to get to it very soon, like I said. It was anticipated release for the second half of the year. For this one I'm going to say Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. Like I was just talking about, Love Redesigned. I can't wait. I think by the time this video goes out I'm pretty sure it's already out, right? Because this video is not going out probably till like the first week in July. So it's already out. I'm so excited for that book. I will be reading it the second I get my hands on it. I think it's single dad, billionaire, nanny romance, if I'm correct. Next one is Biggest Surprise. I didn't know whether to take this in like the biggest surprise the book was good or the biggest surprise that the book was bad. And I've gone the bad route because honestly no other book has surprised me. So I've used The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I didn't like this book. I gave it like a 2.75. This book for me just felt very Insta-lovey and I didn't feel like the characters had a proper connection and it focused a lot on her work life, which I just didn't care about. And I know her work life was like important to the story, but I feel like it was just too much. And I was like, I need more of the romance plot. So this is the biggest surprise. I really thought I was going to enjoy this one because I've seen so many good reviews on it, but I just didn't. So the next one is new favorite author, debut or new to you. So for this one I'm actually going to use Nicholas Sanders. I don't have any for physical books, but I've read 2 of her books on Kindle. I read Don't Let Her Stay and All the Lies, not Tell Me Lies. Is it All the Lies? Something like that. But she's like, I don't know if she writes anything other than thrillers, but they're the 2 thrillers I've read by her. And I really enjoyed both of them. Really fast paced. If you like Freida McFadden or like Ali Sweeney books, definitely read her books. Oh my god, I thought I wasn't recording for a second. That was terrifying. There's literally a red light in my face, but for some reason when I looked at the screen, I thought it wasn't recording. Oh, and you can see the next book. The next one is Newest Fictional Crush, and I have to use this book again because who else? Julian from Love Redesigned. I was just so obsessed with him and his character, and I just loved him. He was a great character, and I do tend to love pretty much all Lauren Asher men. Like she writes men characters so well. However, I would never steal him away from Dahlia. So, but yes, newest fictional crush is Julian. Book that made you cry. I kind of struggle with this one because I haven't found any 5-star reads. I feel like I only really cry when I'm really connected to a book. So finding one that made me cry was kind of difficult, but I used Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. I remember at the end of this book just like crying my eyes out. If you've read it, you know, I think you'll be able to tell what made me cry. I was just so obsessed. Like Lucian is such, I don't know. I just love Lucian. He might be another one of my fictional crushes, but I think Julian takes first place. I was obsessed with this book. This is her book in the Knockamat series, which I know I've had like a lot of mixed reviews. Like a lot of people don't like this book, and I will say I do wish we got more romance in this book and less of the mystery subplot, but I was still obsessed. I give this one I think a 4.5. I don't know why I just told you the rating, but I did give this 4.5 stars. It was close to being a 5. A book that made you happy. I have this one again for her. I was trying to think of other ones that made me happy. I did read, where is it? I did just read Love and Jalal by Jenna Evans Welch, and this one was a really easy, fun, like YA romance, and this one did make me happy, but this one made me happier. So I guess I have 2 answers for this one. I'll talk about this in my June wrap up, but this one made me happy, and so did this one. Just read both of these, they're so good. Most beautiful book you've bought so far this year. For me, it has to be What I Love by Elsie Silver. I'm obsessed with this cover. I've never read an Elsie Silver book, which I'll get into that in the next question, but I don't know what it is about this cover. I'm not the biggest fan of the orange, like for the second book. The cover is like a bright orange. I don't know if that's my favourite cover ever. This one though, I'm obsessed. I don't know what any of it means just because I haven't read it yet, like I said, but I'm obsessed with this cover. I just love it. And the last question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So I have a few for this one because it says what books. So I had to have a few. So first I have Flawless by Elsie Silver. I really want to start the Chestnut Spring series. I put this in my summer TBR. Have I gotten into it yet? No, but I have 2 holidays that I'm going on this year, so we'll be bringing Chestnut Spring series with me. I think I might just only bring Chestnut Springs and then I have to read it. These are the cowboy small town romances and I'm very excited. Then recently, yesterday, I got all the 2 days ago, I got all the Heartstopper books because Sarah has been reading them and she has convinced me that I need to read this. I've watched the series already and honestly I didn't love the series too much. It just wasn't for me, but I really want to get into the books. They are graphic novels, so they'll be like really easy to read, but I really want to read probably this whole series over the summer because I reckon I can sit and finish it in like a couple hours. So that's another one of the books I need to read this year. I'm quickly just going to hold up a few more books that like I really want to get to by the end of the year and not really speak about them because I don't want, you're going to get bored. But I really want to read the Addicted series this year, like at least start it. It's like a 10 book series and I have the first 8. So why not start it? I'm scared. I really want to love the series and that's why I'm terrified. And I really do want to get into the Magnolia Parks universe. Like I've had this book once again for so long and I need to get into it. I really think I'm gonna love the series. Like I have really high hopes and that's what kind of scares me because once I read it I can't like reread it again for the first time, and that's what terrifies me about this series. And I have Darling Denim by Parker S. Huntington and I really want to get to this one as well. Like I've had this book for so long and because I think I'm gonna like it so much I just put it off, but I need to get to this one. I think it's gonna be like a sad one. I want to do a video I read sad books for a week, so I have a lot of sad book options. I just always buy sad books. I have no idea why. And then I also have The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna because Sarah read it like a couple months ago, maybe like a month ago, and I was like, no, I need to read it. I also have Firefly Lane by her, so there's that one. I have so many more books that I want to get to by the end of the year, but like I want to read the Off-Campus series, I want to get into more fantasies, like I want to do all that, but we'll see. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you so soon in the next one.